Johnny Murray here, and welcome to our first tier list of 2022. And look, this is a weird one because you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but I just really wanted to do this for my own entertainment. I just finished Returnal earlier today, and I still can't get enough of the game. I honestly just want to 100% this game, and I think I will. But I want to do a tier list of all the Returnal weapons and their alt fires. So there's in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weapons, not including the melee weapon. There's only one melee weapon. I'm not including that one because that one's just the best. And then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 alt fires, which is basically like a special power-up that any weapon could have. It's random. And I'm going to do a tier list on those. So what this means is that I'm going to determine what weapons I think are the best and what alt fires are the best. And that could mean when you're playing the game, those are the combinations to look for. So, let's get started with the weapons. And the first one that we are going to talk about is the modified sidearm. And here's the thing. Sidearm is like the base gun, I would say. It's like it's just something, like, it can be good. It's probably one weapon that you use the most in the game. Just because you start with it every time, it could be better or worse, whatever time. It's random, RNG. So it could be pretty good, but also could be pretty bad. I don't think it could be the very best or awful. I don't think those two are even an option for the pistol. It's just one of these. It's just a very balanced gun that you're going to use a lot, and it could be pretty good or it could be bad, but it can't be like the worst, and it can't be really like the best. So I am going to go with pretty good just because of how much it's used and how useful it actually is in the game. But that being said, it could also go to okay due to some RNG stat generators. So, yeah. Next, we are going to do, let's just do the good old Tachyon AR. So I do have all the names here because I honestly don't remember the names. I'll be honest with you. The Tachyomatic carbine. That's what it was. Yeah, not the Tachyon. I was almost right. And here's what I'll say. This one was one that I would always pick up if I saw it. Always pick up. Unless I found a better one with a better alt fire. But it was definitely like, when I was thinking, alright, if we could just get a good alt fire and a good gun, that'd be a perfect run, right? I was thinking, can we find a Tachyon carbine with a good alt? Do I think it's the best gun in the game? I don't know yet. I would still have to debate what I think is best. But this is one of the very best guns in the game, I do think. It's like kind of the prime gun, I would say. Like, it's probably the one that's most recognizable just because it's the classic AR. And it's really good. It's really good. It's fast firing. You know, it's got really good damage. I think it's a really good gun, personally. I really, really like it. And especially combined with a good alt fire, it slaps. Next, however, we are going to do let's do the Spitmaw blaster. So here's the thing. This thing could be okay. In my opinion, it can be okay. When you get it just as a base shotgun, it's okay. Right? But personally, when you get the passive ability or whatever to give it like that one sniper shot as well, it could be like a shotgun and like a singular sniper bullet as well. It becomes my favorite gun in the game. Put that with a really good alt fire, and it is what I think could be the best gun in the game. Just my personal preference. All these guns have different play styles, so I guess whatever suits you the best. But yeah, this is what I'm just suited the best for. It's just the ones that I found the most comfortable using. Yeah, I really, really love that one. Next, we're gonna go with this one. I forget what it's called. Is it the I'm gonna guess it is the thermogenic launcher. That is my guess, right? It's the thermogenic launcher, which is the one that just shoots a bunch of rockets. Yeah, okay. This one's also pretty good. This one's pretty good. I really like it. Okay, for the final boss battle, that's actually the one I used for the final boss battle, just because it was the only one I could find. And it worked extremely well. However, is it good for big swarms of enemies? No, I can't get behind it in a big swarm of enemies. It's very difficult to, because what I like to do is I like to attack multiple enemies at once. You can't really do that with it unless you get explosive, like the area of effect of the explosion, but like that's not always guaranteed. So I do like it, but it's not always my go-to gun for sure. The next we're gonna go for the Hollow Seeker. I pretty much knew that this one by heart, and this one's okay. This one's okay. It can be really good, but then it could also be really bad. I've had moments where I use it and I'm like, man, this thing does like nothing. Like this is just terrible. Then I've had moments where it's like, oh, okay, this thing's doing a bit. This one, like, I would be okay picking up, especially I would rather pick this one up than a lot of other ones. So, granted, take that how you will. But anyway, I really like it. It's like a minigun, like a purple minigun, and it's just weird. I feel like it's okay. It's just not really accurate because it just does. It feels like it doesn't do a lot of damage at a lot of points. So yeah, I don't know. It's just okay in my opinion. Next we are going to do. Let's do this one. Let's do the Pyroshell Caster. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Actually, I'm gonna save it. Let's do the one where he like shoots out the spikes, like electric spikes. What was that one called? That one was called the Electropylon Driver. Yeah, it shoots these like spikes out that then connects like electric bolts. So I'm not gonna lie, I did not use this almost at all, but I did see it, and it looks pretty good. I'm gonna say. So for like individual enemies, it doesn't seem all that great, but for bosses, it looks really, really good. Or like bigger enemies, it looks really, really good. So I'm gonna go with pretty good, because I feel like with a good alt fire, it could be a real wrecking machine. Then you also have to consider you also have a melee weapon, so that's always a good backup. So yeah, I think the Electropylon Driver is pretty solid, to say the least. Next, I'm gonna go with the so this one is the which one is the I forget which one is the Colospine Shredder and which one is the Dreadbound. I think this one is the Dreadbound. I think. Oh god. I don't know. I'm failing. Okay, well, let me tell you. Okay, Acid Blob. Wait a minute. This one is the. Okay, no, this one is the Dreadbound, I think. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So this one is the Dreadbound. I'm pretty positive, and I think it's pretty bad, to be honest. Actually, I think it's awful. I think it is. It's the one with like the three spikes that you shoot and then they come back to you, right? Pretty sure that's which one that is. Um, I hated it. I got stuck with it for the final boss battle. Uh, one of my lives, and I literally just was like, all right, just kill me. I do not want to do this anymore. I honestly hate. I honestly hate this one. Um, okay, so then the Coline Shredder must be wait. So let's see. The other one we have is the Rotgland Lobber. Um, I don't. Okay, well I'll tell you right now. I didn't use any of these, both of these, because they are pretty bad in my opinion. They are pretty bad. Um, I don't care what name they are. I know what they do. And I did not use any of them because I used it. I tried it. It was not working. It was not working. It was not doing good. I was like, I'm just gonna stick to the guns that are useful. I mean, right? Like, so yeah, both of these I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but I would definitely choose these over this. To be honest with you, this thing is just the absolute worst in my opinion. And then you got the grenade launcher, the thermogenic. No, wrong. The pyro shell caster. This one's pretty good. I actually really like this one in the underwater area. Um, I don't know. It just worked for some reason in the underwater area, like really well. I really like it. It also worked in the final boss. It works in a lot of boss areas actually. Um, but no, I like this one a lot. I like this one a lot. Um, Next we got the alt fires. So this one I know a little bit more about. Cause like for the weapons, I had I would say okay up are the ones that I was really trying to use. Right, the other ones I could care less. So I don't really remember the names of a lot of the bad ones. Um, but the alt fires. Okay, horizontal barrage, I would say is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's some of the very best. I know exactly what two are going in the very best. But the horizontal barrage is not bad at all. I actually really like the horizontal barrage. There are like two that are kind of like basic alt fires that are really good, and I really prefer. And I'll tell you right now, it is also the tracker swarm. I think the tracker swarm is also really good. For some weird reason, it's basic, simple, but it's so effective. Um, I think horizontal barrage and tracker swarm you get with the pistol a lot, which makes me think the pistol is much better than it actually is because it just works. These alt fires are really good. Tendril prod is I have to say bad, to be honest. Okay, I want to almost put it in okay because there were times where it was somewhat effective, but it just doesn't do a lot. And the problem with I have it, you have to hit it directly where it's going to stay there and keep on doing damage because otherwise it's going to be a waste. And when you have a reset cooldown and when you need high damage, why would I want this over horizontal barrage and tracker swarm that can do immeasurable amount of damages? So, Tendril Prod is pretty bad in my opinion. Vertical barrage is, I would say, worse than horizontal, but like not much. I would also put it in pretty good. Actually, I'm gonna go with okay. I'm actually gonna go with okay. For some reason, I just feel like horizontal was more effective for me than vertical. But definitely better than Tendril Pod. I will say I don't think Tendril Pod's the worst though. I definitely don't think it's the worst. Blast Shell. I think Blast Shell is also pretty good. I use it a lot, especially on the bigger enemies. I think the Blast Shell works tremendously well. But I definitely don't think it's one of the best. I don't think it's better than these two. And I would say it's maybe close to that. I think a little bit better than Vertical Barrage. Um, but yeah, pretty solid for sure. Kill Sight is okay. Kill Sight's okay. It's it's not one that I want or look for, but it's one that I'm okay having and welcome it. I would rather have that than some other ones. So, Kill Sight, not bad at all. Proximity Mine, I think it's pretty bad. It's just not useful to me. It doesn't give me the ones like the kind of alt fire that I want in the big battles when I need it the most. It's it can be good in certain scenarios, but that's the thing, in certain scenarios. And that certain scenario does not happen very often. Therefore, I don't want it all that much. Shockstream is one of the very best. Absolutely. I think Shockstream is the second best alt fire in the game. For the main fact, it has some decent range. It can hit multiple enemies at once. It has a long duration, and it does amazing damage. It really, really does. I love Shockstream so much. Shockstream is, for a while, I thought Shockstream was my favorite until I actually started using another one, and it is by far the most broken alt fire in the game. Dare I say, just the most broken any kind of attack, melee, gun, alt fire, consumable gadget. Like, it is just the best thing in the game. But next, we're going to go with Doombringer, and I have to say, Doombringer is my least favorite. I think Doombringer is just my least favorite alt fire. It takes, I'm sure it does a lot of damage. I mean, hence the name Doombringer. Thing is, I can't use it because it takes way too long to charge up. And by that happening, I get hit and I lose health and it makes me annoyed. So, Doombringer, I do not want you. Do not want you at all. Shieldbreaker, it's okay for the main reason of you can break the shield, but apart from that, there's not that great of use. I'd rather have Kill Sight. So I'm going to put it that in bad. Just, again, not very useful. There's not a lot of moments where it can, like, really help me. It can come in handy for the shields, but that's about it. I mean, it's not an alt fire. I would rather have all these alt fires before, okay. I wouldn't want Tendril Pod or Proximity Mine before it, but everything from OK up I'd have before Shieldbreaker. Now, the best thing in the game, in my opinion, Void Beam is busted, cracked. Oh my gosh. Master Choli, meatballs, mac and cheese, and sandwich. Like, yes. Void Beam. I don't know how to explain to you why it's the best. It has such a long duration. Does so much damage. It's so accurate. And it can hit multiple enemies as well. The only issue I have with it is the cooldown is so long, but for it to be so effective, it is like literally the boss slayer. Void Beam is. It is the boss slayer. I love it so much. The cooldown is absolutely worth the wait. But that being said, that is going to be my Returnal weapon and alt fire tier list. I know it's a little short one, just a little video, because I want to do some Returnal. I'm going to have a Returnal biome tier list out here soon, so make sure you stick around for that one. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace.